What's going on YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you guys an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, OMG, Link, ADA, and we're also going to throw in Digibyte as well. Guys, I'm going to have to go through these quicker today. Got a family outing or event that I have to get to, but I wanted to just talk to you about these coins and what's going on with them right now in the market. So we're going to start on Bitcoin here. Everything's going to be on the 1 day time frame, so we get a little bit bigger view of what's going on with the price action here. So if you get something from this, you like this channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends. That's the most powerful thing to do to help this channel out, guys. I appreciate it. So let's get into Bitcoin here. As we're looking, guys, I have two different things that I'm paying attention to for Bitcoin. In blue, we potentially could be forming a symmetrical triangle, which is a neutral pattern. And with symmetrical triangles, about 54% of the time, they're going to want to break with the trend that they've established. And this trend in the intermediate term has been up. And now we're getting into this symmetrical triangle, this squeezing factor. What we have to remember is we're still trading below our 30 EMA and our 50 moving average right now. We're up above our 200. So what we need to look at now is to see if this is going to be a symmetrical triangle, which is neutral like we talked about, in the direction of possibly even breaking up to $11,000 or $12,000, or if we're going to fall out of the bottom of this and start looking down at some lower levels around $6,500. If you want to draw it a different way here, you could almost say we're in a rising channel. If you wanted to go off this trend line here in yellow, then we'd use the blue one here, and you can see we're at the bottom of this channel now, and that's why it's so important for us to get a bounce here, because if we start breaking down through the bottom of this, I bet you I'll see you down there around that 200 moving average at 8,391. That's the first spot I'd look at for support. In terms of the RSI, you can see the lower highs coming in. This blue trend line is what I'm looking to see if we get a trend line break with a lot of volume. Stochastic is crossing to the downside here. It's at 18 and 25. So it is in that oversold territory, but it's been losing momentum. Same deal. Lower highs on this right now. If we take a look at trading view, and also volume has been diminishing. You can see we have a 14 sell, 10 neutral, and a 4 buy. So in my opinion, with all this overhead resistance that we're facing right now, I definitely would not be opening up a Bitcoin position right now. I would wait to see which direction we're going to move, because we've been moving sideways for so long now. When the break happens, it's going to be super extreme, guys, whether it be to the upside or the downside. No one can tell you but the whale right now who's going to make that move to the upside and the market's going to follow, or the downside and the market's going to follow. But it's going to be extremely aggressive. The candles are very tight right now, and the volume is tailing off. So when this break happens, it's going to be huge. So be prepared. That's the number one thing I can tell you guys. Be prepared. The candle is extremely tight today. And also happy Independence Day to everyone out there. And to all the people who serve in the military, if you have served, put it down there. Thank you guys very much for your service. Then next, we're going to get into Ethereum. So with Ethereum, we're still fighting with this 50 moving average right now. We need to continue to stay up above that around 227. Support, we're looking at $216. This green line here is going to be our support. Overhead resistance, main resistance, going to be at $252. Same deal. RSI is still having lower highs taking place right there. We're trying to sneak in some higher lows. We're at 47 overall. And then the same deal with the stock RSI. You can see we're having the lower highs that have been coming in right now. If we break through 216, I'd look down to the 200 moving average at around $190 to act as support. Right now, if we take a look at our technical analysis and trading view, we're looking at a 13 sell, 9 neutral, and a 6 buy. So you can see a lot of the moving average in the shorter term have turned to sell signals. And then over here, we have a lot of neutral and sell signals taking place. The only buy is the bull bear power that we're seeing right there for Ethereum. So yet again, guys, very cautious in this spot. Next one we're going to go into is Litecoin. Litecoin's at $41.77. Litecoin is starting to gain a little bit of strength here. You can see we're starting to point upwards on the RSI. We're at 44, but still, guys, we're trapped below our 30 moving average in purple. And then in pink, our 50. And then in white here, we have our 200. So all the moving averages are acting as overhead resistance. What we need to do is have increased swell of volume to try to get back up over top of that 200. Long-term investors want to see us over top of that 200 moving average for them to start taking longs, because in bull markets, you can see once we break up above that, you want to stay up above that. Once we lost that, you had this nasty bear market here. So that's why some of these areas are so important. You know, even $39.09 is going to be important for support for Litecoin, so we don't just keep getting pushed down into the abyss, basically, guys. We're looking at a 14 sell, 10 neutral, and a 4 buy. So Litecoin's picked up a little bit, because last time we looked, it was 16 or 17 sell. So it's picked up a little bit, but remember, everything's going to be predicated off Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys. That just is what it is. And looking at this news over here, only 5 out of the top 20 cryptos more valuable than a year ago. Okay, so that's why, in my opinion, the importance of swing trading this market so that you can take your profits and you're not stuck holding and tying up your assets for over a year when some of these things have been continuously going down. So that's Litecoin, guys. You get some for that. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to get into XRP next. XRP's been at that 0.17798. Really been fighting around this 17 cents range, guys. Overall, if we zoom out, still lower highs, lower lows coming in, and we're having a bit of a rounded top or a head and shoulders top up in this area. So this is where you really need to be careful, okay? We are increasing a little bit on our relative strength index, starting to move up a little bit. We're getting a stock cross to the upside. Both, we are basically close to that oversold territory just recently. We were down to around 28 for the RSI, and our stock got extremely low there, guys, around 8. But, you know, we still have a lot of work to do for XRP. Yet again, we need to get up above the 30. We need to break up above the 0.17853. We need to get up above the 50, the 200, and then it'd be around that 21 cents. So that's what's so tough here. But when you see these things, just like over here, do you see how we kind of rounded out? Right over here, rounding, and then we had a big dump to the downside. I'm not saying that's going to happen. If Bitcoin gets moving, I'm sure it's going to pull, you know, XRP up along with it. It runs really hard, really fast. But these are things you have to be careful of, because if Bitcoin has a downside break, this could be huge to the downside, guys, and you want to be aware of that. Okay, so that's XRP. We'll take a look at our trading view here just to give you an example. We're looking at a 14 sell, 10 neutral, and a 4 buy on the 1 day time frame there. Next one, we're going to go into Omise Go, and if you want me keeping Omise in, guys, let me know down low if you're here for that. Just want to keep the one people want to see. So overall, we were talking about in teal here, this main trend line break that we got came on heavier volume. We climaxed our volume up top. Ever since then, we've just been cooling back down. What we're trying to regain today is this 50 moving average. Do you see how we've wicked up to it? We need to close up above it, treat that as continued support, along with $1.37 here is going to be important. Then to be down around this 200 moving average. Our RSI is starting to tick up a little bit. We have 2 higher lows coming in right there, so that's a good sign. But yet again, we're going to be waiting for Ethereum. RSI is at 52. Stock is trying to cross to the upside here. And this one, guys, if we really could get moving, we'd look to around $1.64 and be up around that $1.90 is what we're looking at. And we could potentially, even if you drew a trend line on here, starting to break out a little bit from that. Okay, so that's Omise Go. We'll take a look at that also in trading view. You can see that's looking a little bit better. 4 sell, 9 neutral, and a 15 buy right now. But remember, it's going to be based off of what Ethereum does here coming up very soon. All right, so that's Omise Go. The next one we're going to get into is Link. And what's interesting about Link is, guys, if it can get over this area here of roughly around $4.88, it could be a potential blue sky breakout, because this is the overhead macro that we need to get up over top, and then there's not really any price action up over top of that, at least according to this chart here that I've found. And you can see we've been up to this area 1, we double topped here, 2, 3, we got close here, 4, 5, and now we're at 6. So we're going to see if this trend's going to be enough to pop us up through that. All right, relative strength index, we have been putting in higher lows down here. We're at 61 right now, so that's a little bit stronger. And then for our stock RSI, we're at 52 and 51, and we potentially could be crossing to the downside here. It has not happened yet. And our volume, guys, up in this area, once we hit resistance, we did kind of have a bit of a climax volume, so you do want to pay attention to that. And if we zoom into the 4 hours, because this Link was one I was looking at as well here just to see what we do, we have a bit of a double top in this area right here, guys. We came back down, pushed up again, and we failed, and it kind of came on heavier volume as well. So this is an area to be more careful. Okay, if we did retrace, I'd expect us to try to find some support around $4.52 is what I'd be looking at there. But just be aware of that double top on the 4 hour time frame as well. And you can see these wicks up in here at that resistance. A lot of times when you see really long wicks, that's a sign of profit taking, and sometimes you do roll back over. So that's where we'd start to look at some of these lower areas, $4.33, if we do start rolling to the downside. Now, in terms of trading view here, we're looking at a 2 sell, 9 neutral, and a 17 buy. Moving averages, of course, are looking great. It's more so just the oscillators running neutral there. 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy is what we're looking at. So if you like me covering Link, guys, let me know down low that you're here for Link, and then we will move on to ADA. Take a look at this. And ADA is kind of in a similar situation here. This is an area we've pushed up many times before. This is our resistance, going to be around that 10-cent region. Okay, guys, now the issue that I'm having is up in this range here, you can see up in this area, we had very high volume, and sometimes that can mark tops for you. I'm not saying it has to, but when you have the RSI very high up in the 80s and you have climax volume up there, that's where a lot of people were selling. Do you see that huge stick of volume right here? It was to the sell side after having a really large stick to the upside. Okay. Now, what's interesting though is after that we've moved sideways, and now we're having a mixture again of extremely high volume. Now, our stock is at 81 and 82, and we potentially could start crossing to the downside here. So I want you to be aware of that. Another thing is a little bit of bearish divergence. Right here, our price was at 0.09, and our RSI was up roughly about at 80. And then we had our price push up to that 10-cent region, and our RSI now is about 70, so we're losing a little bit of strength as we're running into this resistance here. Overall, though, we're still up above the 30, the 50, the 200, and I'm watching this yellow trend line here to see if we have any trend line breaks to the downside. For me, guys, this isn't what I'm in, but I have thrown some buy orders down around this 200 moving average just in case we do have some nasty drop. I want to start loading up a little bit in that area, and I actually have them down all the way through. So that's something that I am looking at. If we do have a big gnarly dump to the downside, there's some areas there that I'd be aware of. But overall, guys, this is ADA. Want to bring this update to you. God bless each and every one of you. If you get something from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just really watch that area of around 7 cents for support as well. That was previous resistance, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful 4th of July. God bless.